My name's Bigfoot Billy, and sometimes people by the ocean call me Mikey Megalodon, but I'll be narrating this journey through the woods with many Sasquatch sightings. Our first one, which we see in the left side of the video, is a juvenile Sasquatch that hasn't matured into its camouflaging hollow hairs or skin changing ability or skin walking ability with the coloration to change when they wish, just like an octopus, a cuttlefish, a chameleon, and most likely all the dinosaurs. But I mean, gotta give it to the dinosaurs. Anyways, the clip was used. The way that we got so close was we walked up quietly and used a turkey call to lure them out of their hiding spots. So they came out and they didn't hear my footsteps. And there's a certain alignment with the sun and the moon that has, it's perfect weather. We're in Santa Cruz County up in Boulder Creek, about 2 miles from town, 1.5 miles. I've surveyed the entire area, and there are no stumps or trees or rocks and stuff in the way. It's actually the way it was. There's 2 dead trees that used to be there in the 80s, so I was born in 88. Seen my first Yeti in the 90s, went camping in Canada without a tent, and then when I was 25, we put out about 2 pounds of mushrooms that were rotten in a bag, and they had huge footprints around them, so we followed them up. And after many years, first, when you're scared, don't go out at nighttime or the twilight zone or at night. All your best Sasquatch sightings are in the day. You just have to knock on a tree to wake them up. Only in areas, I would say, with footprints. That's probably the only thing you're ever going to need to find where they are at, because they're close. They don't like to go too far in the daytime. They like to be in the sun. Made a lot of rap music about Bigfoot. It's a very spiritual. It makes me stoked when I get a video of one now and I have like zero fear. I've had to run away probably 10 times from loud footsteps in the woods. Sasquatch is pretty intense, shining flashlights in their eyes, as you can see in this clip. We haven't slowed down any footage. This is all in real live motion. Sasquatch has footprints anywhere from 16 inches to 24 inches long, about 10 inches wide sometimes at the front. They have a real distinct foot. It can bend in the middle like a monkey or ape. Apes are discovered every single year. We discover more apes. We had the 300-pound, 6-foot tall chimpanzees called the Billy apes, and that's kind of like a Bigfoot of Africa. And there's the Yeron out in Asia, the Yowie of Australia, which is more of a actively malicious beast for its violence. Bigfoot in the north, in California, Sasquatch in Washington, Oregon. Sightings all across America, but who knows how that is if they don't have a video. So I have 17 minutes of Bigfoot clips. In this one right here, we see you'll see a red mouth open of a baby and a mother holding it, kind of hidden and kind of not hidden at the same time around the corner. Every clip of these Yetis, they look different. Sometimes we had one that we called Little Buddy, who would pop up by the tree. That's where the music would come into play, or any other scent tracking using plant materials or whatever. But one thing, I think the Bigfoot eat meat, deer. I've heard one be attacked, and turkeys, anything, raccoons, rats. Sewer rats in Boulder Creek are about 2.5 feet long. Squirrel, that's got to be a go-to. Madrone is not something they would eat, but that's a cure for poison oak for their feet. We're rhyming now. Oh, here it is, the clip. This is a Skinwalker clip. It does not look like a Bigfoot in any way. It looks more like a wolf dog man holding its neck down. And off in the left side, when the camera is up at the right angle, you'll see almost a blue-faced Yeti with all fur not fully reflecting. It looks bigger than a gorilla, and it's only there twice in the video, in the beginning and the end. But it's quite, where is it? Right here? Yeah. Let's see, wait for it. You gotta be patient to get a good Bigfoot video. There it is. Okay, you can see the face is towards the left, and the arms and the body is kind of bent down, and you can kind of see some facial features and a little bit of movement. So that's cool. Yeah, there's multiple spots in Boulder Creek that have Bigfoot hotspots. Up in the big mountains, at the top of the mountain. Not so much, more closer to the water supply, basically. And this is an old clip from a 25-minute documentary I made with my friend Nick and his dog Alaska, and we pretty much laced up the Sasquatch pretty heavy and kept the cameras rolling. This was one of the back in the day, just a looks like a Missouri monster with its huge head, but that could just be the angle of the camera. It almost looked like it's got 2 feet sticking up in the front of the upper part of the video. Green eyes. Just looks bigger than a bear and very huge. Looks like it weighs about 800 pounds. It might be 8 feet tall, but it's so big that it comes into focus. So there's a lot of people take people up. Oh, yeah, that's my surfboard that I tried to slide down the mountain. That didn't go so good, but at least we didn't run into a tree. I mean, there's a lot of habitat up there. Try to leave some boards on the slopes for the Yetis because they're from the snow. Some pretty intense footage of the Sasquatch. Just remain calm, take a smoke break if you need to, bust out a nice cool Budweiser and drink up for the Yetis. And this, oh, we're leaving this in the documentary here. This clip has maybe 2 or 3 that look like faces through the bushes, but one is real distinct and has right in the middle, right now, with the eyes reflecting the strobe light of the flashlight, which actually caused them to run after me. So I had to run out of there. They kind of come out as like a little tribe. When one wakes up, they all kind of wake up within a minute or two. But there's definitely footprints up there. There's definitely habitat. There's a triangle log set up and they almost like underneath a tree as like some kind of shelter. There used to be a gnarly hut that they built that I actually went into for like an hour, and my camera had the wrong setting on it, so I didn't really get anything in focus. But at one point I was surrounded by about 3 or 4 fully grown Bigfoot, and I made it out of there. But yeah, it's a little bit sketchy up there, but over the years you learn what's smart and not. Going out at night is dumb. Staying out there too long is dumb. Just be careful. Don't drink moonshine and go hunting for Bigfoot. Just watch it on TV. That's what normal people do. I did this whole project to make sure that people would have a normal outlook on Bigfoot and a positive attitude about Yetis. So, sometimes in the Native American myths and all around the world, they're referenced to as cannibals. They never, apparently, they tried to run after me, but they never actually got me. So they're kind of a gnarly species, but you know, you leave them, give them their distance, they're not going to bother you. Here I am running. Yeah, that's when the footprints come out. And virtually all of this evidence was caught on video, and there's no way that it's wrong, that it's not scientifically proven that Bigfoot exists. I mean, I like Jeff Meldrum on some of the documentaries on the History Channel, and here's a nighttime sighting where we had a Yeti come right up to the camera with the flash on, and we kind of edited it to get it to stand out a little more than in the first footage. But this is our very first clip of Bigfoot. In the upper top right hand corner, there's a real small figure that pops up and down, and it actually runs away, but it looks like we edited this. Yeah, there's a lot of missing 411 Sasquatch stories. Some of the stories people in the Native American and cowboy legends from history have given Bigfoot either tobacco snuff to escape them, and they said they ate plants like sweet grass, and that's all different all across America. Right here's the mushrooms we left for Bigfoot. Don't be Indian given. They will rush you. It's pretty heavy. It's just like a couple feet bigger than Shaq, you know what I mean? A little intimidating at times. But this documentary should change people's mind. It's all about a positive attitude. Bigfoot is basically similar to going to the San Francisco Zoo. For me, I like studying it, and I was very lucky to have so many years to collect these 17 minutes of Yeti clips. Yeah, right in the middle. Okay, in the front we got at least two right in the center to right, and then there's probably one bigger one up on the left. This is the same clip as before, but it's good to look at it twice because it's got distinct facial features. It's so close up here, maybe 10-15 feet away. We're up in a tree about 9 feet tall with a flashlight and a camera, and that's not a very safe thing to do in any ways. You get a Jack Link's beat down by Sasquatch, and we ain't joking. I'm a fast surfer and a fast runner, and when you live in the mountains, you run in the mountains. So these are some pretty amazing clips. There's usually more than one Sasquatch. Very rare up on a hiking trail. You might, if you turn your camera off and just stay super quiet and hide off the side, you might actually see a full 9-foot Yeti just kind of jogging through there. That was my last experience on the fire road. And I did get one more clip, but I didn't put it in this documentary because it's not long enough. And yeah, there's a lot of fungus, mushrooms, redwood leaves with nitrogen and vitamin C in them. There's deer that are freaking that's their delicacy for protein. But there's a lot of evidence for animals living up there. I've been bit on the leg by a juvenile mountain lion walking home from the bar at night before I had my car. And yeah, there's some gnarly activity up there. Yeah, it looks like in the maybe the left and the right side there's some activity. Yeah, these documentaries took many years, all different types of footage, basically, and some of them have grown up over the years. A chimpanzee grows up and is fully mature within 6 or 7 years. So Bigfoot, they grow and they're not like having to go to school, so they instantly go hunting. Here we got quite a lot of good clips, and they weren't the scariest thing, but you can zoom in. Usually your phone will pick it up better than your eyes, because the hair samples of Bigfoot that were examined have hollow hairs, which is reflective of sunlight or darkness or colors around it. And
purchase your tracks today.
Hello, this is BigFootBilly.com, the ultimate disclosure. So I spent about 5 days putting together, editing clips, downloading them, getting everything from my old channels, and that's what we call beast mode. There's no drinking, there's no smoke break, you're just going through Yetis all day. But anyways, for this documentary, shout out to the Animal Planet, shout out to Discovery, the History Channel, all them educational shit. Anyways, I'm highly educated on how to track down Yetis. I follow their footprints. What do you know? So in my clips, we have basically many Sasquatch, a little bit of the chameleon reptilian camouflage, some of that going on in the videos. We got a skinwalker off to the side and a full body Yeti. The first way, I'm not gonna lie about it. Let me get my camera set up. The first Bigfoot I saw was a stick figure in the video, very far away around the edge of their hut, which they built, which sucked. But they lived in it anyways. They running away, got the movement, and then slowly kind of entered their habitats. Drinking my squash juice. Anyway, so we got into their habitat, followed the footprints. Footprints were about 24 inches long. Some were 3-toed, some were 4-toed. Anyways, the most successful Bigfoot footage we have is from a tree. It's fully bent over and has a spot to lean up on one trunk, put your feet on the other trunk, and you're up there higher than Sasquatch. They're hiding. They pop up on video. They're pretty shy. But the way we got most of the footage was, the first thing we left out was about 2 pounds of rotten magic mushrooms that I put at the base of a tree. And they're all gone the next day with huge footprints through the mud up the mountain. Got the stick figure, but we used many scent traps and a turkey call. They got a juvenile to come out probably 7 feet away from me, probably 7 feet tall. Did not appear to have full camouflage chameleon ability. It seemed to be a little too undeveloped for that, but it came out for the turkey call. Some of the Sasquatch look really tall. A lot of the area there, I've surveyed it. It doesn't have stumps, it doesn't have rocks, it doesn't have tree trunks. It's just Scotch brush, and a lot of what we pick up is in the Scotch brush, and that's about 9 foot tall, so they stand out over that. I've been pretty stoked on many of the native legends, you know, the Yeti, the Himalayas, the Yowie, the Yaron of China. God, drinking my Squatch juice. So I was with the Native Americans. I left out tobacco in a little spot. They would dig a hole on the side of the hill to put it in. Tobacco and cannabis, and they leave a madrone branch and an oak tree on the same hole that they dug. So that was a strange thing I seen out in the habitat at night near full moons. I seen eyes shine back from the bushes where we usually get our footage from. Very scary, but for some reason I feel semi-comfortable. I don't know if it's my upbringing and surfing with great white sharks in California or sharks in Hawaii or just anything. I grew up doing a lot of water sports like swim team, surf team, and I even did some maneuvers in a nice air in a competition. But my life was pretty preoccupied with just everyday things till I was 25, and I saw the footprints. That's when I started believing. I'm 31 now, and I have a lot of visual evidence of Bigfoot, but it's hard to go through, hard to keep track of, so I spent like half a week working on it. One of the things I was thinking about today was I was trimming some redwood branches, little upshoots that were around the bottom of this redwood tree, and a lot of that stuff is super soft. I mean, in Asia, the panda bears eat bamboo. In Africa, they eat wild celery. In North America, they could easily have a diet off of redwood rainforests and give them night vision because it's extremely high in vitamin C. So it's like the ultimate. It actually tastes good. I ate some of the redwood leaves and upshoots when I was younger, and it's actually pretty intense. It's a long-lasting flavor and gives you really good eyesight. So I've never actually been attacked or hurt by a Bigfoot, but I have outrun them many times. And right now I just go surfing a lot in the ocean with a camera. That's mainly what I focused on, but I got a new clip today. It's got about 2 or 3 seconds of a Bigfoot that's off to the side that I don't really focus into, but it came up in the video with some eyes. Yeah, it takes a lot of fearlessness and competitive nature to actually want to get Bigfoot on video more than once. It's scary, but the ocean is dangerous. The whole planet has wilderness around it in certain areas, so they have their own certain legends or monsters and stuff. I like the megalodons, the giant sharks, the great whites, the Yeti, the Yowie, the Bigfoot, the Squatch, the Sasquatch, the Kush Ticket, the Grassman. I mean, the fact that humans actually habitat all continents on the planet. Back in the Ice Age, there was a time when there were land bridges, so they basically had Planet of the Apes. There's apes that they discover in South America. There's apes they discover in Africa, 300-pound Billy apes. There's a lot of new stuff going on with apes and evolution, and I'm highly fascinated by it, and I've learned a lot of truths. I've got a lot of footage. I put together a lot of music. For me, it's both educational and comedy and anthropology, and something for me to do
to be stoked on. So lately a lot of surfing has been awesome, but I wanted to make a little documentary about my Bigfoot and put it all together with the clips. They are probably one of the most mysterious civilizations ever. But I spent some time out in the woods, and they're highly active at night. They keep their distance. If you tell them that you need space, it's a trip. You could get killed out there. You could get eaten alive, but that's all up to you and your attitude, or how much scientific research you really want to do. How much rap music do you want to do about the Yeti? The Yeti, the Bigfoot.